our failed home birth.
What's up, guys? Welcome to
Felicia OG.
I'm Felipe.
And I'm Alicia.
And we're coming to you with a new video, a new update video. Yeah, so we're just going to talk about our experience, just how it went, all about it. We're actually watching him right now.
I think he's awake.
We just started this video, parent life. Again.
He is waking up.
He's like...
I was like, this would happen. As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, he's about to wake up.
Life of having a baby. We're back, guys.
Yes, we're back. We're feeding Malachi so you can be calm. But let's get back to the video. So today we are going to be talking about our failed home birth.
That's what the doctors named it. That's how they said it.
Yeah. And I was anyways, I'll get into that right now. Okay. All right. So going back to the story. So March 2nd, my water broke, which was on a Thursday. And so I called my midwife because she was gonna be the one guiding me through this home birth. And so I called her and she said, let's test the liquids to see if your actual water broke, because I wasn't sure and she wasn't here with me. So then I had tested.
Oh yeah, you did like a it looks like a pregnancy test, but it's to confirm that your water has broken. Yeah,
it was like a Q-tip.
Okay.
And if it turned, like, I believe the color was black, then that was the fluids of my water breaking. And so I tested it, I sent it to her, and she's like, yep, your water broke. And so I was like, oh my gosh, it's here. Like, I was pretty excited that we were about to have baby boy, and I had a feeling that I was gonna have him soon, and sure enough, it came on that Thursday. And well, long story short, she came on Thursday evening and she was walking me through how to basically induce my labor.
Yeah, to like start the birthing process. To
kind of make sure that we're moving forward with the birth. And so we were like pumping.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were pumping before the baby came, huh?
Yeah, I was pumping to kind of, because it helps make the contraction stronger apparently. It's like a natural way to induce labor.
That makes sense.
I was taking some drops. I can't remember what they're called, but there were these really strong drops, and they were going under my tongue, and I guess that was another natural thing that my midwife actually made. I was getting some contractions. They weren't strong at all. I was able to get through them, and basically they were here till Friday morning.
Yeah,
we pulled a whole nighter and just waiting for these contractions to get stronger, and we were doing the natural ways and it was not making them stronger. And so come Friday morning was the 24 hours that my water broke. And so usually by then the midwives recommend you to go to the hospital because you are at risk of infection, and so is baby. I really didn't want to go to the hospital, and I was telling Felipe, like, man, you think we can push it and like still manage to try to work it out? And I guess we can deny going to the hospital, like, yeah. They can't force us. And so I was like, okay,
this is America. Okay.
Yeah, right. And so I basically asked the midwife, I said, can we push it to
the 30 hours?
Yeah, can we push it to more than the 24 hours? Let's see if the baby comes and see if we can get these contractions stronger. And so we're still going at it. I was like doing these exercises to kind of try to keep the contractions getting stronger, and they weren't getting close enough. They were still too far. apart, and I guess they had to be like 2 minutes apart and or less, and my contractions were not strong at all.
Yeah, it wasn't really working. It wasn't happening.
And oh, another thing, we checked if I was dilating, and I was only dilating at 2. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is not working out. Not how we planned. And so we already had the birth pool already blown up. We had the hose connected to put the water in the birth pool. We were just waiting for the contractions to get stronger.
We exceeded the professional advice of 24 hours. So we exceeded it to 30. So they were really recommending from a professional position. We recommended to go to the hospital. So that's why we had to throw up our hands. So I was like, let's keep going, but I was like, I can't be negligent and not be smart and you know, just keep risking it. We have to make like the adult decision of going to the hospital, because if not, I'd be like, it'll come out when it's ready, but you know, I don't want to be ignorant.
And so I was like, okay, fine. I had a breakdown. I was bawling out because I just
know what she wanted.
Yeah, it's like you can't really plan a birth, especially your first. It's kind of hard. Our body's still trying to recognize how to labor, and so my body was not knowing what to do. And so we farted.
Yeah.
It's coming out from both ends. We made the decision together to just go to the hospital. And so I went to the hospital that evening, that Friday evening. And I got to the hospital and they started doing things immediately. They started hooking me up, asking all these questions. And
plug her in.
Yeah, they plugged me into an IV. That's one thing I didn't want. I didn't want to be plugged into anything. I just wanted to have a natural birth. And my midwife is telling all that's going on, and they're like, oh yeah, so you're the
failed home birth.
Yeah, so they called it that, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess. And so, man, I didn't want no epidural. I didn't want...
She got everything she didn't want.
Basically, I didn't get a home birth. I did get an IV. They did induce my labor. They gave me Pitocin, and my contractions were getting stronger. I wasn't dilating. Like, I was still a 2 until like Saturday morning. I was still in labor till Saturday. I wasn't dilating more than 2 until, yeah, Saturday morning, and I was getting pretty strong contractions. Like, to the point that I was so exhausted I could not breathe through the contractions anymore. I was able to get through them. Like, it was painful, not gonna lie. It was very painful, but I was able to breathe through them. I was still going through contractions. I finally dilated to 7. So I got into the point that I said, all right, give me the epidural. Because my mom kept pushing it. She was like, well, you want painkillers now?
My mom's over there crying with
Yeah,
me.
she didn't want to see me in pain anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, fine, give it to me. And so I got the painkillers. I think they gave like something in my IV first, but it wasn't helping. And so I got the epidural. They came in with a big needle. Had I had rest, I think I could have got through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because I was so tired, I was not breathing through them, and it was making it worse.
Trying to fall asleep and you had it.
Yeah, like I was, yeah, every time I would try to lay down, boom, like the contraction would come, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah, what do you feel? What was it, like a pinch?
It was like really a lot of pressure, and on my hips. Oh my gosh, I felt like the baby was coming out already, and it was putting pressure on my hips. And it was
You felt the baby going down?
I felt like he was going down,
Like
coming out.
Taking it down?
It's like I thought he was coming out, and they told me that no, he wasn't coming out. I was like, hello,
Yeah.
I feel like he is. So I finally dilated to 10 around 4 o'clock, I believe, and that's when they started getting ready for the baby to come out. it was a pretty intense process. Like everyone coming in and
yeah, everybody was coming in. They came in on a mission.
mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, set everything up. I remember the doctor started telling the nurses, counting all the equipment. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. I was like, dang, bro, like he's serious about it.
Yeah,
you know?
And he was making sure like she witnessed how many he was counting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. So finally, we start pushing, and I guess I was pushing for an hour or something like that. And baby was born Saturday, March 4th at 4:58. And that is how he came out.
Yeah, and it was crazy. I remember I started crying. I was like, my eyes just started watering. I was like, oh, I went from like normal to my eyes crying. I was like in the moment, like, oh my God, this is crazy, this is happening. When he was born, I just got so emotional.
Well, that's how our birth story went.
So after Malachi was born, he weighed 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
So he was a little light. So we had to wait there for 48 hours after labor because we exceeded the 24 hours recommended. Just for extra precaution, they asked us to stay the 48 hours.
We got there Friday and we left Monday.
On Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days.
Yeah, so it was a bit long.
Yeah.
We were ready to go home, and every couple hours they were walking in and doing something. Anything from the baby, checking me, making sure he has been fed, how many diaper changes he's had. It was hard to get rest at the hospital, and then plus the baby too, he would cry, he was hungry, needed a diaper change, needed to be burped. So that was another challenge in itself, but man, it was a long labor process. But we would do it all over again for this little guy.
Yep. Oh, you had the hardest part. It was awesome.
It was hard, but it's definitely worth it. And poor baby.
He came out a little stressed out because he had the umbilical cord around him. But the doctor reacted really quick. Mm-hmm. So he's a good doctor.
That was our story.
Yep, amen. So yeah, it was an awesome experience, and I'm just glad it happened. I love you. We're finally getting ready to go. You ready to go home?
Officially, let's go.
Let's bounce. We're out, guys.
But thank you for watching our video. I hope you guys enjoyed our crazy story. Hopefully it was entertaining to you or even informational, because sometimes like you don't know what to expect in labor if you're about to go into labor.
If you guys have any questions, ask us. Maybe we'll make another video answering all the questions. Mm-hmm. If you guys want to know more details about it or how we dealt with certain situations, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, let us know. For being first-time parents, it's pretty awesome. It's definitely a learning curve.
Yeah, it is hard. I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely worth it. Well, thank you so much for watching again, and please subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, guys, subscribe, like it, share it, and just help us out. So, peace out from Felicia OG.